we should be live, and I just noticed my camera is tilted a little bit there, but hello everyone. It is Friday, February 28th. Hopefully you can see and hear everything okay. If I'm a little bit nasally, I think it's a cold. For the last like 3 or 4 days, I've just not had any energy, constant headache. We got that post-nasal drip going on. I haven't really been coughing or sneezing. I managed to get a hold of a C test. Remember that? And I was not, it was negative, so it's not that. Don't know what it is, but I've heard there's some bugs going around. It's not the flu, probably just a cold. Hopefully I'm over it. But yeah, that's why we're going live from home today. That intro I just played was meant for an outdoor stream I was hoping I could do tonight, but since I was under the weather and it's been a while since I went live, at least by my standards, I thought let's just drop in and have a little live stream tonight. I'm probably just going to go a little over an hour or so. I don't know, but wanted to see everyone say hi. I see Lisa here, Sweet Pea, Scott, Math Doctor, Marge, Mary W, CD-ROM, Pinesoul, Jeanette Morales, Mary W, Flick Hunter, Mr. Sunjib, John Nicholson, Medano, Flower Child, Vivian Johnson, Chris Mills, Phuket Walk, and everyone else. Martin Van Own, Chris Sterling, thank you so much. Wesley, thank you for being a channel member as well. Thank you to everyone during this morning's premiere who sent me some well wishes and a few supers as well. It's definitely appreciated. I just ordered a bunch of chicken on a Greek salad. I don't even know what you'd call it, but there was rice, potatoes, huge salad, and a bunch of chicken. It was actually quite good. I think it was just what the doctor ordered. And we're having a tea. No adult beverage tonight. Thank you, Mandy. And yeah, during the intro, the loudest crack of thunder I think I've ever heard in my apartment went off. It was nuts. And I was getting messages from people that live like 15 kilometers away saying, did you just hear that? It's like, yeah, I just heard that. That was crazy. And then I saw in the chat some people were talking about it. Cam says souvlaki dinner. There you go. So what we're going to do tonight, we're just going to hang out, shoot the shit a little bit. We'll open it up to questions. Feel free to ask me anything and everything. If I don't want to answer, I don't have to answer, but you're free to ask away, chat amongst yourselves. We're going to play some videos in the background. For channel members and Patreon supporters, every month there's an exclusive video, at least for a 30-day window. Tilt Life is asking, what city is your wallpaper? Opening up the questions. This should be pretty obvious. That building there is bigger or taller than the CN Tower. Who can answer that question? What city is this? I think it's one of my favorite cities. I was there last year. I hope to go back this year. It's definitely on the list. Chris Sterling says lightning. I missed it. I would have missed it. I have the blackout blinds because when I do the green screen lighting, I close all the blinds just so I can control the lights fully. Billy T says, how do I upgrade my membership? Maybe someone can help you. I don't know. Credence says Tokyo. Yes, this is the Tokyo Skytree. That's over near an area called Asakusa. Marcus says Thailand. No, that is... One of the things about Tokyo is you'll notice a lot of the buildings have this almost like stocky, squared off look to them. Most of the skyscrapers, that's because they have to be so ridiculously over-engineered to be earthquake resistant. Buildings in Tokyo are just phenomenally expensive to construct, especially the high-rises. But that's why Tokyo has this kind of like stout and blocky look to it. But anyways, as I was saying, every month members get an exclusive video. I used to publish them and make them public after 30 days. I've stopped doing that. But that doesn't mean I can't play some old members videos in the background. This one is actually not that old. Let me move this up here. There we go. This one is from last month. Pinesoul says Japan is on your bucket list next to. Yeah, I've been there maybe a dozen times at this point in my life, but I'd love to go back. But huge thanks to everyone for tuning in. We've got already 250 viewers. Awesome stuff. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. I've already got videos recorded for tomorrow, and then I've got one for Sunday. Don't have anything for Monday. I'm going to try to get out and make a few this weekend just to get my steps in. I don't think I'm going to go live this weekend. Maybe Sunday night on the Stumbles channel. I always say I'm not going to go live, and then I go live. So I might go live, but you don't know. A lot of people cluing in on Tokyo. Maybe there's a delay. But yeah, this is a video I recorded in January going from Lawrence. Channel members, Patreon supporters, you've already seen it. But we'll just let that run in the background while we chat. When I first started doing these live home streams, I used to make videos just for the live stream. I might still do that from time to time. Yeah, this says hello from karaoke in Mississauga. Are you watching the Jays game on TV? Says Noni. No, I've got my live stream on the TV. Looking pretty good. My hair's got a lot of volume in it. Anna says, what is your least favorite neighborhood in Toronto? Least favorite. That's hard. To be fair, let's exclude like Etobicoke, Scarborough. Least favorite. Because it would be easy pickings, because I'd say almost anything suburban, anything without rapid transit access. No offense, I'm going to go with the Canary District. I still love it. I would still live there. But for downtown neighborhoods, I just don't like that canned feeling it has where like the keys were handed to just a few developers and they built a whole neighborhood from scratch. There's nothing organic about it. It kind of feels like Novell Cost loves the assumption that members watch the member content. Yeah, it just feels like a giant city place kind of neighborhood. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's my least favorite. Lisa says City Place. Yeah, that popped in my head, but I was thinking City Place at least has a better location on its side. It's more central. There's way more transit options. I don't know, but yeah, City Place would be up there because same thing. I don't like that sort of cookie cutter neighborhood. I could have said St. Jamestown by that same logic, but that place has like character and history behind it. The other places don't. Novelcost says St. Jamestown is my least favorite. So sparse and lacks activity relative to the density. Yeah, sparse is an interesting word because it's the densest neighborhood in all of Canada. Yet it's literally just towers in a park, right? Everywhere you look, there's like a giant tower surrounded by a park. And the park isn't actually a park. It's just grass nobody uses. Thank you, Harjot. But thank you guys for tuning in. Certainly been an interesting day last night. The big election was held, and to nobody's surprise, the asshole won. But Christine Hogarth didn't get reelected. A little anti-bike lane B over in Etobicoke. It was good to see her not get elected. Then this morning, I don't know what the hell I was watching, but yeah, what happened at the White House was pretty wild. Not to turn this into a conversation about that, but geez, I don't know. I would be mighty embarrassed if I was American and my leader behaved like that in front of another leader on the world stage. That was just, I don't know. I have no words for that. It was terrible, terrible. And then the Radeon 9070 graphics card specs and price leaked. That was pretty awesome. It's finally going to be the NVIDIA killer we've all wanted at the mid-range. I'm probably going to buy the 9070 XT as my next GPU. Flower Child says it was all bullying, so childish. I think it was set up. I think it was staged. Cam, nobody got the memo to vote anyone but Ford. Yeah. But that's why they called the election. It's the same thing why the Liberals called the last federal election when they did, right? They knew that they're a shoo-in if they call it at this point, even though it doesn't make sense from any other perspective. Uh, but yeah, it's just a power grab. We know we're going to win, so we're going to call it. Liberals did it during COVID on the federal level. As much as I hate Doug, you can't blame him for doing that. David Ing says, wow, are you really live? Live or animatronic? Yeah, here's a question. If you could, did you vote yesterday? I'm not an adult in Ontario, eh? Uh-oh, my keyboard is going haywire. There we go. Little poll, let's see who voted. Lou Albano says, Johnny, many of us in the States are embarrassed. We consider you guys as one of us. Thank you. You'd be welcome to come live here with that attitude. Susan says less than 47% of the population voted. Yeah, I have a feeling even if everybody voted, it would have been the same result. They know what they're doing when they call these things. But in my building, that's where I voted from. There was literally a security guard and 2 people manning the polling station. And it was like crickets. I went down there in like my pajamas looking like shit. Gave them my voter card. And the ballot only had a PC candidate, a Liberal candidate, and a Green Party candidate. The girl who runs for the NDP in our area stepped down because she saw that she was just cannibalizing votes from the Liberal candidate and she had no chance of winning. And they still lost anyways. Just reading some of your messages. Lisa said your neighbor said he contemplated not voting as a gesture. Julie says, but I can blame him for unnecessarily spending so much money on an election he didn't have to. And like all his ridiculous campaigning, leading like a delegate to Washington, spending money on Fox News in the States. He did all kinds of he is the least fiscally. I thought conservatives were supposed to be like fiscally responsible. This guy like blows money like no tomorrow on the stupidest shit. But anyways, Han asking Lori, how do you think about this meeting? What are we talking about? Camp says, I wonder if anyone voted for the New Blue Party. They weren't even on the ballot here. Hello, Jesse Rose. If you're not from Ontario and you don't know what we're talking about, yeah, yesterday was a provincial election where we basically elected or re-elected our existing premier, which is kind of the equivalent to a state governor in the States. So that's what that was all about. Lisa says it's all bumming me out. Jessica asking, what's everyone having for dinner? I already explained what I had for dinner. Apparently it was a souvlaki salad. Let's see if this poll gets up to 100 votes. If you could, did you vote yesterday? 53% yes, 18% no. And 30% of you not an adult here. So pretty good turnout among the viewers here. Lisa had a New Blue candidate. Mandy Hayes, is it live or is it Memorex? It's definitely not Memorex. Those were awesome commercials though. Calvin says, I'm having Domino's Pizza 50% off until March 2nd. Is that the deal? I know someone who ordered Domino's last night. Create an order. Delivery. I might have to order Domino's tomorrow night. Continue, even though I'm not well. Coupons. It's not showing on my app. It's not showing that. But I got me 80 points, which means I got a free pizza next time I order. Jelly Bean made Paschetti. Chris Mills had it last night. Awesome. Matt Doctor, I had Domino's the other day. Decent. Yeah, I don't get the shit where the hate Domino's gets. The Brooklyn pizza is awesome. Their pan pizza is pretty good. Chris Mills says add the coupon. Oh, there's a coupon for 50% off? I don't have that coupon. Oh, well. Oh, 50% off all pizzas at menu price, online only. I have found the coupon. It's buried way down there. Thank you, Calvin Rudy Duncan. Bring back the Domino's order circa COVID streams. The tracker was suspenseful. Yeah, remember I would have you guys choose the toppings for my pizza, and then we would order it, and then we would all vote if the pizza was going to come in time or not. That was fun. Lori M says Ford wastes so much money and lies. That's him. He also only builds transit when he can hook his buddies up to write the contracts with them. Camp says phone, pizza. Hey. Hey, this chat is way too nice and pleasant. This street, by the way, we're going down in this video. I believe this is Duplex Avenue. I don't know. Did I cross Lawrence yet? I'm not really paying attention to the video. But this was towards the end of January when I filmed it. Cynthia's Sunflowers says love Domino's. All right, 53% of you voted yesterday. Awesome. All right, we got a new poll going up tonight. Cynthia Sunflower says, what kind of tea? It's just an orange pico. Watch any good movies this week? No, I've been so out of it. Like, I literally don't know what I'm doing. It takes me like 4 hours to edit a video. I'm just sitting here staring at my screen all day. I sleep. I've been playing a fair bit of Chivalry 2 on the PC with this thing. Tilt Life says, when are you going back to Thailand? I love that you're assuming I'm going back to Thailand. There's a zero. I actually found like I think. What is I think 4,000 baht in my, is that the one that's like $30 each? I found 4 of the brown bills in my passport wallet. Robert says, live in Ireland. That would be neat. Jessica says, in my humble opinion, pizza is healthy. Hey, it's got protein. It's got carbs. If you eat it and you're hungry, your body's going to find a lot of good there. Please drink lots of water, get lots of rest. That's what I've been doing. But did I watch any movies? No. I watched The New White Lotus. Really, really loving Walton Goggins on that. I'm watching that show, The Pit. It's like a ER drama. So far, the whole series has been just filmed over the course of one day. Every episode is like an hour. That's pretty awesome. Some 90 Day Fiance I've been watching, but just like binging on YouTube and doing I don't know what. Jillian says I should visit London, England again soon. I should. Math Doctor says that's about $170. Yeah, when I come back, Thailand's one of those countries, when I come back from it, I don't change my cash. I'm like, I'm going to use this again in the future. Lorraine says, love The Pit. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think I'm like 5 episodes into it. Mike T says set in Pittsburgh. I liked how those kids like stole the ambulance and they're all betting on what the outcome would be. Our Toronto, hey Johnny, sorry you're not feeling well. Hope you get better. Thank you. Cheers to you. Major Trader, all is well. Probably gonna pass out after this live stream, but tomorrow's video is all edited and ready to go. I thought for the provincial election, I would do a walk down Ontario Street. Have you ever watched Married at First Sight? No, I haven't. But what's funny about that was I didn't clue in that I was doing Ontario Street on the day of the Ontario election until I was on the subway on my way down. I was like, This is actually kind of a smart thing to do today. But yeah, unless you hear the word yins, it's not real Pittsburgh. Yeah, I wondered. I don't think they filmed that show in Pittsburgh, right? They probably film it in some like studio and on the West Coast. 55% of you love some Dominoes. 29% of you say no. 16% of you say I am not human. Lisa, we are going south down Duplex Avenue. This is parallel to Yonge Street. I just recorded a walk going up Yonge Street, so then I had to go home. So I was like, this is the only other street I could take that runs parallel to Yonge. Lisa says, I like that. Could develop quite the narrative for the walk. The last time I did Ontario Street was in 2020. So it was kind of a interesting walk. The street's actually like broken up into 4 different segments. It's not a continuous street. And then when I got to Ontario and King, I just walked King over to the subway station. Maycock Janet, good night, Johnny, and everyone in the chat from the Bahamas. You're sorry I'm not feeling well. You pray for me to get soon. Thank you, and thank you for tuning in, Maycock Janet. Awesome to have your support. Tested loves Duplex. You can tell I'm not exactly fully with it. If you see me do this, that is not because I'm clearing myself out. That would just be a accident. We'll just call it that. Alicia Lewis, $5. Get plenty of rest and get well soon. Thank you, Alicia Lewis. Cheers to you. Thank you for the $5. What's weird is I've got post-nasal drip, but I never had a cough or any sneezing. It's literally just that. And like a headache. That's why, and the first day, my throat was sore. And then I felt that. I'm like, shit, this better not be COVID. But I think it's just a cold. But it's pretty gross. I slept with like my head perched up last night on a couple of pillows, which apparently helps. Got that advice from a doctor. But thank you again, Alicia Lewis. What sucks is I got a fridge stock full of amazing Blood Brothers Brewing beer I want to crack open on one of these streams, but can't do it. Carl Roth, Johnny, good evening. Hope you're doing well. How are things on your end these days? Have you been getting out much? Yeah. I'm trying to get out and do a video every day. I'm trying to get like my 10,000 steps in every day. This week, though, my weekly average is 10,174. So that is terribly low for me. That's like half of what I should be. Randy Ruck, $5. Thank you, Randy Ruck. Cheers to you. Major Trader 8, $2 for a good old pack of Fisherman's Friend. You know, I never took that, but everyone swears by it. They say it works. Cam asking, Johnny, but thank you, Major Trader. Thank you, Randy Ruck. Johnny, do you work out while sick? I work out Monday to Saturday, and Sunday's my day off. But I didn't work out the last 2 days. I did today, though. And I felt pretty good. I actually felt stronger than I normally am. I was able to increase my weight on a few moves. So that was cool. But I think maybe just all the extra rest probably is the reason for that. Yahya, pizza is better, Johnny. Domino's is so 2015. Yahya, thank you for the 21 months of channel membership. But you're dead effing wrong on that. I don't think there's a single human being that would do a blind taste test between pizza and Domino's and pick pizza. It's okay fresh. Their slices in store are horrible. Like, not good. Not good. Carl Roth says, Johnny, after a really bad cough, you would have periods of... Oh. I don't want to read that part out loud, but thank you, Carl Roth. We'll end that poll. HNKUL702. What is your most favorite neighborhood to walk through in Toronto? My favorite neighborhood to live in, I've mentioned, but to walk through... Ah, that's tough. Maybe Kensington Market, but that like you can cover most of it in 15, 20 minutes. But I would say I would combo Kensington Market and Chinatown. If someone said I just need to wander for an hour, where would you go? I would say that. And then maybe hit up Queen West and Graffiti Alley if you're into that when you're done, because that's just on the south end of it. YH says mine is Jane and Finch because I fear no man. But yeah, and Kensington has a lot of like little hidden nooks and crannies. I've done some videos on it before, but there's a lot of like laneways and alleyways full of colorful, surprising art and really interesting homes and unusual architecture. It's not just Augusta and Kensington and Baldwin. There's a lot more to it. It's actually like, I guess what you could call a mega block of the city. Lisa says, good answer, I'll stay subbed. You're only saying that's good because Harvard Village is just north of Kensington. Carl says, if you're feeling a little bit under the weather, avoid heavy foods like pizza and meats and all that kind of stuff. Just stick to very light liquids and a hot bath. That will help a lot. Yeah, I haven't been, although last night I ate wings, but I don't know. I'm just trying to get enough sleep. I've been sleeping about 8-9 hours a night. Jennifer Gala is here. Hello, Jennifer Gala. Pizza was so bad, but so is Domino's many times, says MN. Yeah, of all the chains, I think Domino's is the best. Even if we did a full-on American boycott, Domino's would be one of my exceptions that I would still order from. Lisa had wings tonight and they were fucking awesome. Where did you have wings? I've actually become a fan of Wingstop of all places. And St. Louis. Look at me being like Mr. Typical. Pine Sol is cheap. You love a good Little Caesar pie. Do they still have the $5 hot and readies? Sarah Joyful says Domino's stuffed cheesy bread with spinach and feta is amazing. Gustavo, 24/7 vids, please. Like the, I did some 24/7 live streaming experiments before where I just looped videos. It was moderately successful, but now that computer that I was doing that with is now a dedicated OBS server for my live streaming. You got to do a pizza review video tier list. S tier, Domino's. F tier, everything else. I don't know. Emmett says pizza deserves all the hate. I've never had a slice that was good from pizza. Never. It doesn't exist. Jeanette says Little Caesars $5 hot and ready is awesome. Is it? And it's still $5. It was $5 in like the 90s when we lived near a pizza. Douglas Blackwell says, have you ever been sick while I was traveling? Yeah. I've had hand, foot, mouth disease once while I was traveling. That wasn't fun. That was like trying to stay away from people and spend as much time in my room as possible until like the spots went away. I've had like food poisoning while I was sick. I've had like killer toothaches while I was sick. Never anything that lasted more than like a day or two. Never like COVID or like a flu or anything. But yeah, I've traveled enough that I've definitely been sick. YH, $5. Johnny boy, sleep is the best medicine right now, so let Mary Jane tuck you in. Thank you, YH. Are you saying I should crack into my Sours spinach with CBG? Is that going to help? All right, thank you, Andy Wood. Where's the closest Little Caesars here in Midtown? I don't even know if there is one. Is there? Well, I don't think there's one in Midtown. Little Caesars. Let's see. There's one at St. Clair and Winona. That is pretty far. And there's one on Gerrard Street. Like Gerrard and Carlaw. And there's one way up at like Jane and Lawrence. Lisa says Toronto isn't a Little Caesar city. No, and unfortunately, it's not an Arby's city. I know my vote for this. Flower Child says best neighborhood. Lisa says still closer than I would have thought. Yeah, there's a few Little Caesars kicking around, but these chains sometimes they go in waves. Like remember when Wendy's all but disappeared in Toronto, and now there was like a location at Yonge and College, and there was another one in the financial district. Now Wendy's are starting to like pop up everywhere. Emmett says north of Brooklyn used to be great, but last two orders didn't hit Avenue and Lawrence location. I think I had the Geary Avenue and Dufferin north of Brooklyn. I thought it was pretty good. Cam says Arby's, you loved it at the Eaton Center. Yes. Back when the Eaton Center had its like original two food courts, there was an Arby's, and each food court had a New York fries. Pinesel says Arby's is my true love. Chris Mills says Arby's is questionable. There's one in Niagara Falls right around the corner from where my mom lives. And I'm always tempted to go there, even though she'll make me like dinner and try to like feed me and give me a million things to take home. It's like, when else am I near Arby's? That's it. Next time I'm visiting, we're having Arby's. Mike T says Arby's is really good. It was founded about 10 miles from your house. There used to be an Arby's in Oakville on Royal Windsor Drive, which was right near the border to Mississauga, in the same plaza as a Wendy's. It was right next to a strip club called Pure Gold. Don't ask me why I know that, but we used to go there in high school to the Arby's, not Pure Gold. Not for lack of trying, though. Allie says there's an Arby's in St. Catharines. Drew says back when there were 3 McDonald's in the Eaton Center. Yeah, there's only 1 now. The Eaton Center used to have like 4 Aldo shoes. It used to have that like movie theater that was super shit, but kind of fun at the same time. Our Toronto says there's a few Pizzavilles that closed in the GTA within the past few months. Yeah, Pizzaville's kind of like the second cup of like pizza places, right? It's people don't really pay attention to it. Hey, that video just ended. All right, let's play another members video. What one is this one? This one's going to be random. Oh man, I'm so out of it. Hello, Bailu. Yeah, he says, what the hell does Arby's even have? Roast beef sandwiches that are amazing. All right, here's another video. This was another members video. Lisa says there's one in... Where's the... I've heard the closest Arby's to here is... I just searched Arby's. There's one in Oshawa, and there's another in Burlington, and we're about equidistant from both of them. I've never used that word before. Did I use it correctly? Balu is asking, when is my next trip to Thailand? I don't know. Hopefully soon. I would love to be like getting ready to go on a plane and go there. Cynthia has a head cold too. Awful. It is awful. Carl Roth, I remember traveling to Acapulco, Mexico, and a buddy of mine was sick on the way there. As soon as we got heat, he got better within a day. Fortunate timing. Ashley McDougall says Arby's is in Aurelia, if anyone is ever there. Aurelia, the city north of Brampton, right? You bought a pair of boots from Aldo? Greyfort says the Oshawa one is close to the 401, so you can get off the highway to eat there before you continue your journey. What they need to do on Uber Eats is add Arby's to Toronto. It can come cold. You can charge a $20 delivery fee. That's fine. Let me order Arby's. It lets me order stuff from like Koreatown, and it's the same delivery fee. If I can order stuff from Koreatown, why can't I order Arby's from Oshawa? Kevin Strayer, 1999. Be well, funding to purchase a mug with a handle. Kevin Strayer, thank you so much. Oh, maybe Maybe that just blew your mind, but thank you, Kevin Strayer. Fun fact, this is a dollar store mug. All my other mugs are from IKEA. This one is actually shite. It leaves like tea stains in it, and I have to like scrub it with vinegar. I can show you when I'm done what I mean, but it's pretty gross actually. Like, it looks like it's not clean after drinking tea or coffee in it. But my IKEA mugs are too small for tea. Lisa says, are you comparing Koreatown to Oshawa? No, I'm just saying, if it's going to let me order something that far away, like, it seems ridiculous. I almost ordered a shawarma for dinner that was coming from Greektown, even though there's like, Uber Eats should just be like, why are you doing that? There's a million places closer to you. YH says, we just got Chick-fil-A. It was the most overrated chicken sandwich. Regretted waiting 2 hours for it. It's still better than anything they got at Mary Brown's. No offense, left coasters, but went there once. It was super dry after people hyped it up, including some viewers that are from the East Coast. Went there again, and it was dry and bland. Never going again. You ruined your shot with me, Mary Brown's. I'm sorry. Was going to say there's one in Aurelia, though they did still have curly fries. Last time I was there, they didn't have them. If I was rich, I would just, like filthy rich, I would get an Arby's franchise and I would just run it, even if it was running at a loss. I think that would just, I don't believe in heaven, but if there was, that would be enough to get me in. If I just ran one in Toronto. There's so many like diehard Arby's fans. Carl Roth says, I love Wendy's. Never go wrong with Wendy's. Double double or Wendy's double is so delicious. Mike T, Chick-fil-A is great. I had it a few days. Yeah, I don't mind Chick-fil-A. It's like, I'd rather go to Dave's Hot Chicken or something, but I don't dislike it like I dislike Mary Brown's. Like, Billy T says Mary Brown's is the bomb. If sub KFC is the bomb, sometimes I dream about Arby's curly fries and horsey sauce. Diva Tequila says, do you like New York fries? Fun fact, in high school, I worked at a New York Fries. I worked my way all the way up to supervisor, where for the one and only time in my life, I got to fire someone. I got to be Donald Trump. We hired this girl who was like a walking disaster, and I had to open the store. So I had like the keys. So even though I wasn't the manager, I was like the person that they trusted the most with like the money and stuff. So I'd open the store and do the prep, and then I'd usually have another employee join me about 30 minutes in and start the prep. And then when the store was ready to open, a few more employees would come. And this girl was so useless. I would be like, okay, pre-cook some fries and prepare the chili. She would literally put the fries in the deep fryer and stand there and watch them. I'm like, that's going to take a few minutes. You can just keep your eye on them while you make the chili. And she couldn't do that. I'm like, okay. Well, I can't do all of this myself. That's why there's two of us. If you can't multitask, I was trying to be nice to her, but I ended up calling my boss to be like, this chick you hired is like just staring at the fries in the deep fryer, and she's yelling at me because she says that's all she can handle. Are you sure you trained her? Are you sure she went through training? And the manager was like, yes, she was a disaster. I just wanted to see if that was how she was going to be in the store, if she was just like that for training. She was like, can you do me a favor? Can you tell her to go home? She'll get paid her 4 hours for the shift. And I was like, yes, I will do that. So like my 17-year-old ass fired somebody, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's something to be proud of or not, but it was a weird experience. Like, it was bad. This person was bad. There was a whole lot of other stuff I'm not leaving to this, but I'm not cut out to work in fast food. Diva Tequila, Johnny the Works. Hey, there's a funny story behind the Works. Calvin says that's unreal. Yeah, you're getting fired from New York Fries by some 17-year-old pimple-faced guy. Yep. My store, we named the Works. When they came up with that dish, it was basically a copy of Taco Bell Fries Supreme, and they wanted a name for it, and our store came up with the name The Works, and then we won like a store trip to Canada's Wonderland. Math Doctor says, I guess the manager just needed an extra body in the store. Yeah, sometimes, like, this is, you're hiring teenagers for fast food. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But they just rolled the dice on someone, saw she was shit in training, and just kept her anyways and let her go. Around Toronto says, I prefer Jollibee than Kentucky Fried Chicken and Popeyes. Ooh, I have a vendetta against Jollibee. I can't go there. Carl Roth says, Johnny, these Friday night videos are great. These ones? These lazy ass live streams from home? We would have at least double the viewers if I was outside. But then again, I would be outside. Any worst customer stories? I had like a little thug kid who's, you know, like one pant leg rolled up, walking with a limp, wearing a bandana, who came up to me and was like, yo, and he asked me to hook him up with fries. And I remember like turning and looking at the menu, like, I don't see free on the menu, do you? And then he just started like physically threatening me. And then my coworker, who was kind of watching the whole thing and laughing, called mall security, and they came and like dragged the guy out, which was pretty cool. Yeah, you ask for free food and try to intimidate the New York Fries employee, and then when they don't comply, you threaten to beat them up. Real good direction you're going in life if that's what happens to you. But there was all kinds of like shitty, stupid customers. I hated the people when we were busy that would stand in line and there would be like 10 people behind them, and then when they get to the front of the line, they would then start looking at the menu. Like they'd be like, menu? You have a menu? And then they start asking you questions about it. And meanwhile, like you can see the people behind them getting impatient. And it would get to the point where I would take the next person's order while this idiot was still thinking about it. I have no patience for that. Like, I would literally blow you off and like, can I get your order, please? Okay. No, I'm still with you, but you know, this person's competent. They know how to read a menu. Like, it's one thing if you have a question, right? You look at the menu, get your questions loaded up, ask the questions, rapid fire, get your answer, make your decision. Don't line up for 10 minutes and then start looking at the menu like like you're looking at hieroglyphics. I imagine today that's even worse with like cell phones and stuff, but yeah, Lisa says, I like the people that walk up to the gates in the subway and aren't ready to pay. I will bump into those people. The person who walks up to the gates and then they decide to dig through their purse or fish through their pocket. Like, get that shit ready to go. Pull it out. Stand to the side if you're not going to be ready. Don't block the effing gate. And what's worse with our gates is you're not just blocking people from going in, but you're blocking people from coming out, right? Because they're bi-directional. Like, stand off to the side and get your friggin' payment out. Johnny Boy threw shades at the customers before they could even speak. Lee says, worked in fast food, mate. Sometimes it feels like the customers leave their brains at home. It definitely does. Ooh, it was fun. Lisa says, I have a specific pocket, so I'm always ready. I just pull out my like phone and like tap pay. Carl Roth says, you're not ordering any fast food from any restaurant. By the time it gets here, it's super cold, especially in the cold weather. That's a risk you take with Uber Eats. Sonal is all about freedom. $4.99. Thank you. Sonal. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, but thank you so much. We'll get your full name. There it is. Thank you so much for the $4.99. Cheers to you. Ryan's pizza class. Ryan's class got canceled. Were there any other like bad customers? There was like the guy that wanted to beat me up because I wouldn't hook him up. So many annoying. One lady, I remember, asked for her food to like, she lost her shit on me and like my coworker because she said it was not to go. And then when we put it on the tray, she's like, actually, that's to go. And like the fries were like spilling out of the bowl. And the only way we could put the lid on was to like touch it with our hands, which is not against food regulations as long as you've washed your hands. But it was the only way to like put the lid on. Being cognizant of that, I was like, sorry, ma'am, we thought you said it was for here. Here's the lid if you'd like to put it on. And she's like, can you put the lid on? I was like, okay. So I put the lid on, and she sees like my hands touch the side of her fries, and she's like, you're going to have to make me a new one. I don't know. That made me lose my shit because I was absolutely positive she said it was for there or not to go because the other employee backed me up on that. But anyways, just reading some of the messages. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I don't know. It's very possible. I've never had a job for like more than 5-6 years. That's usually my cutoff. I was talking to my YouTube rep about this, and it was like, yeah, I've been doing this full time for 5 years now. This is usually when I call it quits. So I don't know. That's a good question. Sometimes you can't see the menus from a distance. That's true. And I hate the places that have like the rotating menus, right? So it's not always the customer's fault. Sometimes the menu, the print is like so small, you have to squint to see it. Like I literally have to pull out my phone and like zoom in and use the camera. And sometimes you're just like reading the menu and then it just changes and it turns into an ad for something else. And you're like, where the fuck did the menu go? Why did that change? Why is your menu a TV? Like, I hate that. I think Tim Hortons does that. Douglas says, do you ever cook from scratch at home? I cooked pancakes yesterday for lunch. Not really from scratch. Thank you, Peppermint. I worked at the New York Fries in Square One, to the person who asked. The busiest, I think it was the second busiest New York Fries in the whole franchise. Downtown Don says, what's your opinion on all the streetcars getting stuck in traffic lately? My opinion is that it's a testament to shitty people, and street parking anywhere there's a streetcar should just be banned permanently. Period. Just reading some of your questions. What's in that handleless mug? There's a handle. It's just tea. New York Fries at Square One. Yeah, I took the old Her Ontario Mississauga Transit bus up from Port Credit Go. Yeah, you can't even recognize Square One anymore. It's a completely different mall. It's beyond recognition from the Square One I used to know. Whippy Dude says New York Fries makes good hot dogs. The New York Fries I worked at was too small. We were one of the only chains that didn't have hot dogs. I agree. They do that on purpose so one can order and be financially irresponsible. What changed the menu? Those glizzies at New York Fries look nasty. Their poutine is decent. Yeah, their poutine is solid. They use real cheese curds. You used to work at Red Barn? I think my dad used to work at Red Barn. But yeah, Square One got the same treatment that Yorkville did in a lot of ways. I'm totally not taking my picture off the screen and muting myself for a second. Based on experience, is there any destination I'd never go back to? I don't want to say never. I don't think I would go back to like Sihanoukville in Cambodia. When was this video shot? I think late last year. It's like a beach town in Cambodia that's a few hours by car from Phnom Penh. Just kind of like substandard beach, not great anything. Lots of annoying tourists from a particular country I won't mention who are very rude and throw lots of garbage on the beach itself and basically act like they own the place. Yeah, I think Sihanoukville would be the one place. I could go back to Siem Reap. I could go back to Phnom Penh, but I wouldn't go back there. Your thoughts on Tim Hortons? Had it once while visiting Canada. Coffee tasted like an ashtray. They changed their coffee supplier. McDonald's uses Timmy's old supplier, and a lot of people swear by McDonald's coffee in the morning now. Timmy's is like think of Timmy's as a gas station. Don't think of it as like a place for food. You go there when you need fuel. Their coffee's okay. Their double double's okay. Their donuts are shit. They used to be pretty good, but now everything's baked in a central location, and it's just way smaller, way more expensive, and way less fresh. Jeanette Morales, you sent me $10 this morning to get better, and now you're sending me $7. Thank you. When are you getting new branded merch, and is there a JS logo handbag in the works? I'm going to try to get new merch by summertime. And we can look at a. I don't know about the logo stuff. I think I might go away from the logo stuff, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll try to get some new merch. Maybe there'll be like a handbag that says "Yoink" on it, or has a picture of like a upside down toilet paper roll. I don't know, but thank you so much, Jeanette, for the $7. Ice caps and Timbits are all right. Yeah, ice caps are like diabetes in a cup waiting to happen, though, right? That thing is just a cup of sugar. I can't get myself to have those anymore. Calvin loves country style hot chocolate. Awesome. Jellybean says we need a Yoink handbag. Julie says I like Timmy's coffee and a Keurig. Well, it's not really Timmy's coffee anymore, is it? But I've had Timmy's Keurig and it was pretty good. So the poll results are in. 56% of you, almost 200 votes. Yes, Toronto needs Arby's. 34% of you say no. 10% of you are not human. That's weird. Clem, question. Do you like the WNBA name Toronto Tempo? I don't hate it. It's an alliteration. I think there's potential for like a 70s retro vibe. I'm picturing like someone with like an afro, like a Harlem Globetrotters type uniform. I think it's got that like cool 70s feeling to it. I hope they go with that for like the feel of the team, but I don't hate it. I hate the I almost said Ryerson, the TMU bold. I think that is stupid. But Tempo kind of works. I don't know. It's kind of like the Seattle Supersonics. I think it's similar to that. Yes, that's what I beat Downtown Don. Sorry, I'm clogging up here a little bit. Alex says, I don't see country style anywhere. Where is there a country style? The hierarchy of donut shops in Canada used to be Timmy's, Coffee Time, country style. There's a country style at DuPont and Spadina. Oh, it's in a Food Plus market, though. So they're just serving country style food. There's a country style at Hahn's Convenience. Oh, one of my lights just went out. Now it's back. I don't know why it did that. But yeah, country style. There used to be a country style at Christie Pitts, pretty much, right? I think around Shaw Street or Carling Avenue in Bloor. There used to be a country style on Danforth. Oh, there's one on Wellesley Street East in Bleak. Oh, that's the same one. Yeah, country style is done. And I think Coffee Time is also kind of done. Yeah, I just searched Coffee Time. I don't see any. When I was a kid, it was Mr. Donut. Mr. Donut in Korea was awesome. I think that's actually a Japanese chain. Ali says country style had much bigger donuts than Timmy's and a larger variety. Yeah, Krispy Kreme has been making inroads, right? They now have that smaller Timmy style format. Ali says Barry has a country style. Barry would have a country style. There's a Coffee Time at 1471 Eglinton Avenue West. There we go. And there's another one on Dufferin Street. So there's a few. Tommy Bear says there's one near Woodbine subway station. Christopher lived at Dundas Square for years. Just sold that condo last week. Thank you for calling it Dundas Square. Not the same, but will miss the Imperial Pub. Hopefully, the Imperial Pub doesn't shut down. There's a very like generic building plan for that lot. Country style always smelled like 10 packs of cigarettes. I don't think we had a Granddad's Donuts in Toronto. Country style and Baskin Robbins at York Mills and Bayview. Thank you, Lori M. I bet they made the best sugar twist. Ooh, I loved sugar twists. Would you do a late night walk in Toronto at midnight or 1 a.m.? I have a whole bunch of after midnight walks on the channel, actually. If I go filter, type midnight. Toronto Live, midnight edition, back on November 14th, 2020. Toronto Live, downtown midnight stream on September 8th, 2020. August 28th, I did an after midnight live stream. And I've got about a dozen videos with midnight in the title. So yeah, I've done some. I'm just reading some of your messages. The one on Eglinton Avenue West is a coffee time, says Math Doctor. A deserted Bloor Street after midnight, Toronto. And those midnight, some of them didn't do so good, but one of them got 21,000 views. Another one got 19,000 views. Another got 16,000. I don't know. Yeah, 6 a.m. That's a tough one. Catch the sunset. White says, "What lines do I have to cross here in order to get the boot like Zelensky?" Well, for that to work, I have to lie to your face and belittle you, and then I will just kick you out. That's pretty much how he got treated, right? That's what you have to do. Granddad in Hamilton is a one-off. Make sugar twist, Boston cream, Richie fruit Danish, says Christopher Walking. Neat. Ryan says sunrise. Yeah, Yogi, if you're there, Yogi, our moderator, requested a sunrise video about 5 years ago, and I still haven't done it. I'm just reading some of your messages. Are there any Cinnabon places in Phuket? There's a question for Phuket Walk. Or do you have like an Auntie Anne's or something like that? There's 2 shopping malls in Patong, right? The Jungsalin, I think they call it, and another big mall right across the street, whose name I forget. Is it too soon to talk about ice cream? Yes, it's too soon. We're like 2-3 months away from ice cream talk. Thank you, Christopher. Hope you're enjoying Blade Runner. Carl Roth trades equities on the stock market. Are you a fan of blueberry fritters? I am. I'm a bigger fan of apple fritters. Are you still a late night person? Asks Whoopi Dude. I go to bed around like 12 or 1. I think my plan for tonight is to go to bed around 11. I'm just trying to get my full 8-9 hours in, but probably gonna play some Chivalry 2 after this stream. What did ice cream do to you? I don't know. Oh, is this the end of the members exclusive video? I think this is it. Johnny, how about going to Trillium Park in the evening for the light snow? That's a nice idea. It's a bit annoying to get to that park. I guess you would take like the streetcar to Exhibition, but we can do that. Jellybean says, are we calling in? I don't know. I'm stuffed up. I don't know if we'll do call-ins. If we do a live stream Sunday night, we can do call-ins. I don't know about tonight. We'll see. You've been enjoying your sleep a lot more since the pandemic. That's good. Yay, apple fritters. Wife loves them too. They are... Dutchies were the best, though. Love some Dutchies. Love some Dutchies. They brought them back briefly, and I think they disappeared again. But they were like half the size of what they used to be and twice the cost. Yeah, Carl Roth, that snow contract was actually signed under the Tory government. So, you know, obviously being mayor is like one of those jobs. It's like being prime minister or president. Like, there's just so many things that you have no control over or little control over and that you inherit from the past. And Olivia Chow has inherited like 99% of the things that people complain about her for, right? Like there's people complaining like that damn Chow, look at everything getting stuck in the lack of snow removal. It's like that was a contract the city signed and was bound with under another mayor. What is she going to do about that? Or they blame her on like a homeless encampment that was there before she took over. It's absurd. I don't know. It's kind of like how now Trump blames everything on Biden, right? He's got that scapegoat. Although he also said the USMC, the trade deal, was like one of the stupidest things he's ever seen. And like he was like, who signed this deal? It's like, you signed it, you idiot. That was you. So I don't know. I think it's hard to pin these things on one person. I wouldn't blame the current mayor on the poor snow removal that we just had in the city. Not her doing. If and when that contract is up for renewal, or if she grabs the bull by the horns and wants to renegotiate it, yeah, that's on her, but it's not on her at all right now. How do you deal with intense wind chills during your walks? I say that as I'm getting post-nasal drip. Keep some of this in your pocket because your nose will be running, and have one of these on your microphone. So if you don't have one of these, all you're going to hear is that sound of wind whipping through your camera's microphone, and it's going to sound awful. Other than that, just tough it out. Just man up and tough it out. Just reading some of your messages. Hey, Johnny, are you going to Cambodia anytime soon, says Conrad? I have no plans for it. Like Thailand, even Vietnam, those are places I could go back to. I really want to go to Bali. Next time I go to Southeast Asia, I'm either going to go to Bali or Phuket. Cambodia is cool, but it's not like I've been there a few times. Been to like a bunch of cities there. I've seen Siem Reap, Phnom Penh, Sihanoukville, and a few other spots. I don't know. I could go back there, but I'm not really feeling the lure. Sam Ronald used to go to Druxy's. Oh, let's play. I got one more video we could play queued up here in this thing. Let me get that fired up. All right, this is another... I think this is an old one. I think this was a members video I recorded a few years back. And yeah, that's the DJI Pocket 2. That is not the Pocket 3. I can already tell just by looking at it. So this is definitely a few old one. Bill Chow says, congratulations, Ontario, for re-electing Doug Ford. Yeah, we just all stepped on a giant rake, and it swung up and smacked us in the face. Thanks. CW 888 predicts a massive protest at the White House tomorrow. You got to do something. I don't know. Is that Clinton Street? Where are we? We're in... I don't even know. We'll figure this out in a minute. I think, is this East Chinatown? I think this is East Chinatown, right? I see streetcar tracks. Yeah, I think this is Broadview, actually. Math Doctor says Bali is wonderful. Lots of digital nomads. Whippy dude. Passport pending renewal. Johnny, Red Rooster Coffee at McDonald's is far superior than any coffee at Tim Hortons or Starbucks. Probably. Neat, Harjot. I hope you get the job. I hope you get it. Congrats on getting an interview. It's hard to get an interview these days, period, let alone a job. Just getting your foot in the door at all is pretty hard. Yeah, this is East Chinatown for sure. Greetings, Clem Lowe's. Linda L. also hates Ford. You and everyone else in the urban areas of Toronto. Those in the suburban areas, shame on you. We're walking up to Broadview and Gerrard here. Past art didn't pan. This is like 2 or 3 years ago. I think this is from 2022, actually. All right, Christopher Walking. You'll bring a duchy sometime. Thank you. You're not going to watch WWE Elimination Chamber, says Amangil. No, I don't watch grown men pretend to fight each other. I know they get real injuries, and I know most of them die in their 40s because they're hopped up on steroids. That still doesn't make the wrestling real or entertaining to me. When I was a kid, I watched it, though. Tony saw a woman doing a vertical live stream on TikTok in Toronto. Neat. Ryan applied to 50 places and got one interview with no job offers in summer of 2024. Yeah. I remember being in high school and like we'd literally go to the mall with a stack of resumes and hand them out, and like everyone would end up with a job within a week. Now, like high school students, university students, good luck even getting like a minimum wage service job. That's one thing we've really screwed up in this country. It sucks, but it's like I don't know where kids are supposed to go to get some experience and work when they're young without some good old nepotism. Cam says, but you watch UFC. So yeah, I watch real, like an actual sport, not scripted. What's your favorite food spot in East Chinatown? Bak Yen, the Vietnamese restaurant. I think they rebranded, actually. I don't know if it's still Bak Yen. There used to be a AAA there, which is an excellent like bourbon bar that had really good food. But whatever is, there's a French restaurant there called like Batufole or Batuful. I don't know how to pronounce it. I've been there once. But Bak Yen would be my favorite. Christo says, thank God my daughter got a job straight out of school. Congrats to your daughter, Christos. Lisa says student unemployment rate is stupid high. Yeah, it's just stupid. I'm not going to be that guy to say it, but international students have gobbled up all of those jobs, and they're not actually going to school or being students. So, yeah, if you're wondering what the culprit is, that's like 90% of it. Ain McLeod says the most common way to get a job is by knowing someone. That's kind of been how it is for a long time, right? At least to get a leg up. But it used to be anyone competent and qualified could get a job at like a store in a mall or a fast food store or a grocery store. Lisa says not touching that one. I know it's delicate, but facts are facts. Christopher worked at UFT for 16 years, but now plan to travel for a year after your dad passed. Sorry to hear that. Think of seeing family in Italy, then back to the grind. The 9 to 5 is exhausting. Work, politics, and all. Yeah. I can't do the 9 to 5. I now do the like 9 till sleep thing. But the good news is I can like just lie down on my bed whenever I want or play video games. What's your favorite store in Queen? Is Le Chateau still there? I remember when like Chateau Works opened up on Queen, and then it became like a urban planet, and then now it's a Shoppers Drug Mart. But that was original. There was like a big Le Chateau, I don't know why I can say it, on Queen. I think it was kind of near before that one. I think it was kind of near where like the Rivoli is and the Horseshoe on that side. What's my favorite? I don't really have a favorite store. I'll say Fall Raven because I bought my jacket from there. I don't know. It's kind of like a decently priced but high quality brand. I'll just say that. But CB2. I like looking around CB2. I can't afford or can't bring myself to buy anything there, but that's a nice store to go in and spend some time. Diva Tequila says Le Chateau was my first job ever. We used to call it Le Crapeau. If you ever bought anything from there, because they did have a guys section, you would get one thread and you would pull it, and 5 seconds later you were naked because you went to Le Crapeau. Calvin says, have you ever tried paid online surveys to make some money before? No, I haven't. I think my mom has done that before, though. Carl Roth says Krispy Kreme only has one donut that you love, and it's cream filled. Yeah, I don't know. Queen Street West, I mean, the black market is kind of cool. It's been there forever. I think they still have a few locations. The Condom Shack was always like a fun place on Queen Street West. That's gone. Carl says, good friend Henry that does YouTube streaming always has bad experience with staff at Starbucks. I've never had Jelly Bean. A few others have bought me coffees at Starbucks. They've always been friendly to me. I walk in there, ask if it's ready. They say, here you go. No one's ever given me shit for the camera. Akiyoshi AK says, what's good advice for long walks on this coming season, winter, spring? I don't know about winter, but Toronto has a lot of nature. There's a lot of ravines. There's a lot of waterfront as well to walk along. If you want something urban, just pick a random major street. Ali says naked after unraveling your shirt. I think there was a bigger problem there. Math Doctor says 3-2 Leafs. Neat. Diva Tequila says Sue Johansson. Remember Dr. Sue? My tea is almost done here. Paul Blunt is here. Hello, Paul Blunt. I guess, you know what I should have done? I should have put the chat here. At least now it looks like I'm looking towards the camera. Major Trader totally forgot about Condom Shack. Yeah, I should have just done this. Did you ever watch those YouTube videos where like it looks like they're looking like slightly off to the side of the camera like this the whole time because they've clearly got like an iPad or a computer monitor with a script on it and they're just like reading it, but it's not quite looking right at the camera lens? That just bugs me. I'm like, shoot from the hip and talk to the lens and paraphrase. Make a bunch of like bullet point notes that you want to talk about and glance at it and then talk at the camera, talk to the people. But the people that just read and their eyes are kind of like going back and forth or they're just like slightly off, that bugs me. I don't know why. I don't know why it bugs me, but it does. Lush and the music video store a few doors down, says Dave W. Yes, that Lush has been there since the beginning of time, hasn't it? I'm almost done my cold tea. And I can show you what I mean by these nasty... I just cleaned this. I filled this thing up with vinegar and soap. I scrubbed it clean. I just had 1 cup of tea. And look at like the inside of this cup. Don't buy mugs from Dollarama. What the hell is this? You shouldn't get rings like this after 1 cup of tea. Like this staining. Like none of my other mugs do it. I only bought this mug because it kind of matches the color of my IKEA mugs. But yeah, Dollarama mug. I probably just drank a bunch of lead, but oh well. Lisa says don't show it. I love your Housington video streams that you did. Which is that? Lisa says tea stains everything. Diva Tequila dreamt of the pokeroo that night. Creepy little kangaroo. There's a documentary on Dr. Sue. I should see that. She came and spoke to me, not to me personally, but to us at when I was at York University. That was neat. That was part of our like onboarding process for like my college. I went to Calumet College and she was like doing one of the like, hey, welcome to York speeches. That was kind of cool. Are you going to be filming the St. Patty's Day parade on Sunday, March 16th? I hope so. I'm going to have to reach out to Boom and see about getting a media access again, just so I can roam the parade. But hopefully, I've done it the last, 3 years? We always get a good turnout, a lot of views. Yeah, this is Riverdale Park we're at. I think in this one, I'm just going to walk up to Broadview Station. And that might be where we end this live stream when we get there. Carl Roth says the St. Patrick's Day parade is bigger than the Christmas parade. It might be physically bigger, as in more floats and more people. But I don't think it has the same reach popularity-wise. Phuket Walks says Polka Dot Door is the show, by the way, with the Pokeroo. Conrad Cully. Why are they outlawed in Hamilton? It's a weird thing to outlaw. You kids, you can't have fun or good memories. I think that ramp is still there. This video, mind you, is like 3 years old at this point. Is 5 kilometers long. I could watch from the plane using Air Canada Wi-Fi. 5 kilometers is not long if you're in a plane. Ali didn't know there will be a St. Patty's Day parade. Just moved to TO recently. Grew up on the outskirts. Yet it's a pretty big parade. There's a lot of people. Oh, one of my lights just went out. Is that affecting green screen performance? I don't know. Why did my light run out? That's not supposed to happen. St. Patrick's Day stream coming possibility? Probably. Let me see if I can turn my my key light back on. One sec. Maybe it was on a timer? I don't know. I don't know, but it's back on and glowing my face up like an idiot. And hey, we're still cooking over 300 viewers. Thank you so much, guys. Do like, subscribe, hit the bell and all that fun ass stuff. Is a 5 kilometer walk long? The average walk I record on this channel is probably about 3 kilometers. So I want to say 5 kilometers, like an hour of walking maybe. I don't know. Christo says everyone has some Irish in them. Genetically? Yeah, that light is, I guess it's not, I don't know. Does my green screen look all weird? Yeah, you can see behind my head. The green screen like looks like shite now. Oh well, it's just gonna have to be like that, I guess. I don't know why. Just a guy enjoying the live. Thank you. Not much time left on this live. Espero is Irish and a redhead. What are you watching currently? Any recommendations? Landman and The Penguin is good. Like the rest of humanity, I'm watching White Lotus. The Pit I mentioned. What else am I watching? Traders? Reality show? I don't seem like I have a lot of depth to me, do I? Mentioning like the most mainstream shows everyone's watching. I don't know. Carl Roth says Henry did a stream yesterday at Exhibition. 3 buses to get back to Union Station. Took an hour and a half, what usually takes 10 minutes by streetcar. Not 10 minutes. It would take like 20 minutes at least. But he could have walked that easily. What's your average for streams? Did you stream for 90 minutes? The average, I don't know the distance I cover on streams on average. But yeah, I normally stream about 90 minutes. Which is conveniently about as long as my iPhone lasts. Does security hassle you for bringing your Osmo Pocket 3 into the mall for filming? No. But I kind of keep it away from them. Like if I see them, I'll like... Sometimes I'll pull out my phone and I'll pretend to like be on it, or I'll shield my camera with the phone, or I'll do something like that. Jellybean says Crave is like $22 per month. Streamio, what are you doing? I didn't just say that. I started watching Modern Family during Christmas. I'm on the final season now. I love that Ed O'Neill embraces his like Al Bundy character. I saw an interview of him and he talks like fondly about being Al Bundy. Yes, that character could not exist today. Yes, people would get super offended by him. But like he had like an off-Broadway background, and they originally cast someone else for Married with Children, and then they changed it to Ed O'Neill. And he was just like so amazing. That role kind of defined him until Modern Family came around. And he's not like embarrassed by it. It's not like he doesn't want to talk about it. Like, he just loves that he was Al Bundy. And I think that's awesome because that was like the best show I had growing up, or I watched growing up. But yeah, like super, super offensive by today's standards, I guess. But yeah, pretty awesome show. Love Ed O'Neill. As we are now, I think we're just gonna go up to Broadview Station here, and that's gonna be that. Good night, Randy Ruck. Thank you for your super chat and support earlier. Thank you, Randy. Have a good night. Carl says Trump lost big time today. He's been taking L's every day, not just today. This might have been the dumbest he's made himself look, but he loses every day. Just reading some of your messages. Do you get a monthly pass for the subway for the stream? Sorry for all the questions. I just pay as I go on Presto. That's it. A lot of times I'll tap in and try to make a couple of videos and then tap back into the subway, and I did the whole thing on one fare. But I average about $9 a day on subway. Did you ever watch F is for Family with Bill Burr? Yes, I did. Pretty excellent show. I'll watch anything with Bill Burr. Went and saw Bill Burr. He's kind of pissed off a lot of people on like the right in the States, right? He was like one of the Joe Rogan guys that would be on his podcast a lot. But Bill is like pretty left in his like viewpoints and beliefs. He's also someone that you never want to have an argument with, because not only will you lose the argument, but he will tear you to shreds, hilariously so doing it. Like, Bill Burr will annihilate you. Like, I was watching this idiot, Matt Walsh, on his channel, like, do a thing on why Bill Burr is now canceled. And all he was doing was, like, defending the firefighters in LA. Like, stop fucking blaming them. And it was hilarious. And just to see that idiot say, I don't know. But I love Bill Burr. Lisa says he will annihilate you. Yeah, he's like this generation's George Carlin, right? Like, he goes there. Places where you're not supposed to go, he goes. And he's hilarious. I don't know. Love Bill Burr. I wish the Metro Pass still existed. What they should do is, if you use Presto, they should have a limit. Like, let's say the monthly pass is $140. Once you've spent more than $140 a month on one card, it should just become free for the rest of the month, right? Like, your card should become a Metro Pass once you've used it enough. Why don't we do that? I don't know. That way you don't have to buy a Metro Pass, right? You just get it through use. Johnny, have you ever been down to Centennial Park, 420 Mill Road area? Also, have you been to Napanee and Kingston? I've been to Napanee and Kingston. That's where Avril Lavigne is from, right? Napanee? A long time ago before the channel. And Centennial Park, yeah, I used to go there and do go-karting there. There's a bowling alley there, but I haven't been to that area in a while. Christo says Bill Burr sells at stadiums. He does. Billy T says Carlin was a genius. He was. Carlin kind of like low-key predicted all of this nonsense going on right now down south. HN Cool says I would use a pass 100% of the time in that case. Yeah, is that just common sense? Like, if you use your MetroPass or your Presto enough times in Toronto, it converts into a monthly pass as to whatever the cost of that would be. Kimberly Ann says the bug is brutal. My son and I still coughing 2 weeks later. Feel better, Johnny. Don't tell me that, Kimberly. I haven't been coughing or sneezing, but I've got like the headache and like the sort of dizziness and brain fog. That's why I thought I had COVID, and like the postnasal drip. But that's like all my symptoms. I worked out for the first time today since being sick. I didn't work out the last 2 days. Diva Tequila, did your family own Classic Bowl? No, that was not one that we ran or managed, but I've been there. We used to play there. I played in a few tournaments there. Did you ever go to JJ's or Fox and the Fiddle? Yes, I've been to both. Lisa says I sound stuffed up right now. I do. All right, Alicia Lewis, it's almost time for the stream to end. We're about to waltz into We're about to waltz into Broadview Station. We're losing viewers too. Maybe people are tired of my nasally ass voice. Not as fun when I'm not fired up, but oh well. Ike took a bunch of oregano to avoid the bug. Does that work? Does that work? Thank you, Priera. I don't know. When is this? Oh, this video's got 2 minutes left. All right, guys. This stream is going to terminate in 2 minutes. Christopher says, have you been limiting eating out? Although hard because I think I saw a code of your weight loss. Congrats, mate. Not eating out is tough. No, I eat out. I actually have a super high like calorie intake. Most days I think I'm like over 3,000. Like for my height and weight, all the calculators say I should be way lower than that, but I think it's just high metabolism, exercising, and like taking 20,000 steps a day, especially in winter. Like I burn through a lot, so it's kind of it's scary. There's days where like I pigged out and then I pigged out the next day, and then like my weight is just going down. So I don't know. Christo says I'm on my indoor bike. Let's hit 10K. Do it. Do it. Are you more of an upper decky or lower decky kind of guy? Well, I've never left an upper decker surprise in someone's toilet, if that's what you're asking. A boot. Kurt says New York fries and bowling tournaments. High school, you must have been the town rodeo. Yeah, pretty much, right? Pretty much destined to be that prom king. All right, this video's got 58 seconds left. The GO train is free if you take more than 41 trips. Why don't the TTC do that? That's how it should be, right? That's how it should be. But as this stream comes grinding to a halt, I want to thank our mods for their great work. I want to thank our channel members, Patreon supporters. Thank you so much, guys. Sorry, there probably will not be a live stream tomorrow or Sunday. Hey, there's my old outro. That was before I did the thing now with the credits. But I want to thank everyone who sent support. I hope you all have an awesome, awesome weekend. I might not do the Johnny Stumble stream on Sunday night if I'm not feeling better. It might just be like, let's just turn in and sleep because I need to get better by that point. But yeah, this cold or whatever the hell it is has been a bit of a bugger. Thank you, Martin Van Owen. Cam says no stumbles. I don't know if I'm up to it. It's going to be a game time decision. You know, I almost didn't do this stream. It wasn't until like 6:30 when I was like, yeah, let's do it. So I almost didn't do this one, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll probably get out and do a few walks this weekend just to get some exercise and fresh air. Yes, Jellybean, your chats were very interesting and informative. Thank you. But thank you, Bill Chow, Harjot, Ryan, Phuket Walk, Lisa. Thank you to our mods. I saw Vivian, Marge, Medano. I think we might have seen a few others. I don't remember. But thanks to everyone who sent support. I'm going to make myself another hot cup of tea. Maybe play some games, or actually my couch is looking super fucking comfortable right now. And there's a heated blanket on it. So probably going to go sit on my couch with the heated blanket, watch TV for an hour and fall asleep. So thank you so much, guys. Yoink. End stream now.